Hello, good evening, and welcome back to another night of esports action. Tonight it is Overwatch, Fuel Esports versus New York University Violet. As you can see, it is only me tonight. My name is Dragon. Thank you all so much for joining. It is going to be quite a match tonight. It is the main team, and overall, I'm very excited to see what both teams are going to be bringing to the table. New York University is very prominent. I do not remember if we faced them in the past. I would like to say yes, we have. We'll get confirmation in a moment. But as we start to get into this, I've always said this before in streams past, whatever the standings are in the current division, that's all paper. We can see these standings currently as we head over here. You can see that Fuel Esports is sitting nice at the third rank with 1-0. Ithaca leading at 2-0. Champlain University at 1-0. But New York University Violet is sitting at the fifth position with 1 win, 1 loss. That is our opponents tonight. But as I always say, these numbers do not matter. What matters is how the teams will perform tonight. That is what will determine the skills and the battles that happen tonight. And going over to see who will be facing off against New York tonight, we got Juju Pond on support. We got Artemis on support. DPS is Woody, Little Spark, and their tank, Scummy. These 5 members are absolutely insane. They are a gem to watch. I've always loved what they bring to the table. And I'm very excited if I was known to see me cast Overwatch in the past. I'm a huge Murder Hamster fan. I love the hamster. I love the ball. We have a ball made on the team, so I'm very excited to see ball potentially be played. But also I want to see Jetpack Cat get played. I want to see the new people. I want to see Domina. I want to see Jetpack Cat, all of them. Woody, Scummy, Artemis, Little Spark, and that is not the door, but they'll be here. That's Juju Pond there tonight. They're locking in. They're getting ready. All I can say is tonight is going to be a lot of fun. The Overwatch team knows how to bring the vibes. Little Spark always knows how to bring the vibes. Scubby knows how to keep everyone kind of just in motion, get the comms going. Artemis and Woody keep their ears open. They listen. The moment Woody gets on that Sombra, they will become a thorn in New York's side. So just if they got to be careful if they're going to be playing Sombra. For maps, I don't know. We don't have confirmation yet on maps yet because they are just still negotiating that. But as we progress, we'll be able to tell you more. But before that, we're going to be cutting it to just a short little break as the teams get ready. And we'll be back shortly with Game 1, Fuel Esports versus New York University in Overwatch. Stay tuned.
close my eyes, it's not a dream. There's so much more.
Alright, so after some minor technical difficulties, we are back, and already Fuel is 99% away from victory right at the start, and it's only going to now be up to New York to play a flawless game to defend this first point in order to tie this up. But Fuel has been on a absolute onslaught right now. They're trying to hold this position. Juju, unfortunately, with Wrecking Ball being banned, is swapping off to the Ariza, which is a really good pick for this type of match. Delphi staying on to the Kiriko, really good on that support. Woody taking on the Sombra, absolutely dangerous on that back line. The exchange of fire are going out. The door on the Lucio assisting as much as they can. But Stagno manages to get a kill onto Scummy. The Cassie taking down the Genji, but Woody managed to take out Crystal. It is back in Fuel's hands. We are at the overtime mark, but it looks like New York might secure it again. Will it be potential? It is now back in New York's hand. They are holding it as much as they can. Who will take this? Scummy is barely holding on, but they do get taken out. Nana Comrie takes... Actually, that was Jetpack Cat taking them out. Woody takes out Jetpack Cat. Invisible taking on the high ground. Another exchange of fire goes out. They're going to attack this position. They need to. It is 73% to 99. Fuel needs to get them off of this point and secure it to gain this first point. But will it be enough? They need to establish an offensive now. A really good hack by Woody, cornering them, taking them out. But Delphi gets taken out as well. It is trade after trade. Overclock takes out Scummy. That is a 2-for-1 trade, still in favor of New York, but the ultimate comes out from Juju. They take out Overclocked, they take out another, and it's a Woody with the assist, and they are holding it, they're capturing it. The Jetpack Cat takes it out like a clay pigeon in the midair, holding it again. Woody is just hacking everybody and preventing those abilities, and is now 99% to 99% and tied. The overtime fuse is going down 3-1, and that is Fuel Esports taking the first round from New York, and celebrations all around from our team. A really good first showing, but we still got a lot of game to go. We're going into round 2. The map is Legion Tower. Let's see what brings them to the next battle. As the teams get ready, they just got a vibe. The team is talking on the player cams. I can't read whips, so I don't know what they're saying, unfortunately. But we'll vibe. We'll do it. It seems they're going for a flanking strategy. They want to do a bit of a pullback, let them gain some ground, or at least think they're gaining ground, and they're just going to steamroll and push them. As the ramps go down, the attacks begin. They're going for this next control point. And it's a more interior-based point, which means the Jetpack Cat scoop and drop off the edge is not going to be beneficial. Juju on that Ariza already bringing down the hate and the fire. They're down at low health as well. And it's first blood going to Crystal, taking down Woody. Overclock takes down the door on that Lucio. Stagno takes out Juju, and that is a 3-kill for the side of New York, and they take the position. And Fuel now needs to attack as much as they can. Will it be possible? Woody still holding on to that Sombra, has to try and figure out to get into that back line. If she can flank them, she can do some damage. And here she goes. The hack goes out, but it's not enough as that Cassidy just takes the revolver. It slams them right in the face. Overclock takes out Juju again, and it seems that New York has this position in the bag. It is 26% and increasing to Fuel 0, and Fuel has been pushed all the way back to their spawn. New York does not want to give any ground, and they are giving no quarter. The Ariza trying to find an attack. Sombra in the back line, but they're getting shredded. That temporary health is assisting as much as they can. The door manages to get 1, manages to get 2. Woody gets the 3rd. That is 3 casualties. That's 4, and that is a team wipe going over to Fuel, and with 54% on the board, the tables turn, and now Fuel Esports has the position. New York now is on the attack. What will they do? They're going out through the outside line, taking on that balcony. Exchange of fire going out in this hallway. Woody trying to hold on as much as they can. The Ariza on that tank with that HP is holding suppressing fire. Woody's on that flank, manages and hacks Jetpack Cat. A really good take. They're not, and the health isn't going well. Woody's still behind them. Scummy goes for the assist. The door goes for another and gets the kill. And a melee goes out from Scummy. Woody takes out Jetpack Cat. Woody takes out Overclock. And that is another team wipe for the side of Fuel Esports. And the tide has turned. Fuel's taking the position. 40% and increasing. They've almost tied it up. And they've pushed New York to their spawn now and have completely 180'd New York's assault. This is exactly what you want to see from Fuel Esports. This is what they're good at. But Scummy's getting chased down by Jetpack Cat, but those shurikens versus cat fur is not a recommended combination. They do not go well. Stagno takes out Woody to start off New York's offensive. Delphi on the Kiriko assisting and healing everything they can, but Overclock gets a kill onto Juju. Stagno gets a kill onto Delphi. Jetpack Cat gets a kill onto the door, and that is New York retaking the position at 73% for Fuel and 60% and increasing for New York. It is in a tug of war, battle of attrition through and through. There is no clear winner yet. It can still go either way. Woody on a flank again, but they gets caught out and Overclock shreds them, but Woody does manage to take out the Cassidy. Is it a take though? Because Coolio managed to take out the door. Juju takes out, but Overclock gets a double kill onto Delphi and another. Colo takes out Juju again. And that 90% increasing, the Fuel needs to get a toe on this position now or they're going to lose this control point. It is going to be dangerous. 99%, they go for it, and it is now at the overtime fuse. It is contested. This is Fuel's one last chance, but the ult goes through, taking out Delphi. Scummy takes out one, takes out two. They're holding it. It is contested. The Jetpack Cat ultimate takes out Woody, who swapped over to the maid. The door takes out Stagno on the Cassidy. Genji is throwing. The shurikens are going. The door takes out Overclocked. Are they going to take the point? They do. The door gets the double kill. It is now 80% to 99. Fuel needs to hold on for just a couple more seconds. Maybe there's one more team fight in for the favor of New York. But will they have enough time? They need to rush the point now. The Jetpack Cat flies in. They want to hold them here. The wall goes out. The Blade ultimate from Genji falls through, slashes, going left, right, and center. The contesting of the point goes. It's overtime. It's going to go to anyone. The kills are going in favor of Fuel. That's a team kill. And that is Fuel Esports taking the next point. And that is Fuel Esports taking Lijon Towers, securing map 1 for them. An insane and dominating performance from Fuel Esports. New York was doing really well though. On that second control point, they pushed Fuel off it multiple times, even pushing Fuel all the way back to their spawn. But it came down to overcommitment and just a little bit of miscalculation. They weren't reading into their flanks, which is the #1 issue, especially when you have Woody on a Somber, who was able to get right into the back line and hack and pull out those EMPs, especially with that ultimate. And then Juju on the Ariza was really good with that suppressing fire. That, in combination with the Lucio's assist and the Kiriko heal, is what solidified that second win for Fuel. What New York has to do is either fight fire with fire and bring more of the hate onto Fuel with a composition similar to what Fuel just brought, or they gotta start playing unorthodox. But still, overall, a really good way to start off this match, and we got a game and it's currently 1-0, and as the teams get ready for the next match, we're just gonna cut it to a short break as get ready for Game 2, Fuel Esports versus New York University.
club and I've been thinking lately about the night that you left and told me that you hate me. But then man, I seen you kissing at that place we always drinking. Is the reason that I'm singing. One more shot is what I'm missing. I know I will risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to crawl when you gon' fly away with me. The way you lift me up, just can't get enough. Pull me out the dust, then you take me higher. This that love that don't expire, no. I got that undivided love, my fireball. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now. Yeah, and you're still shining bright. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These lights are falling down on us right now. And you're still shining bright. I would risk it all, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't have to cry when you can fly away with me. The way you lift me up, I just can't get enough. Pull me out the dust, then you take me higher. This that love that don't expire, no. I got that undivided love, divided love. 'Cause I will risk it all, oh, 'cause you're my fireball. You won't need to grow when you can fly away with me. Don't need no drinks when I can vibe with you. Don't need no green when I can fly with you. These nights are falling down on us right now. And you're still shining bright.
Buongiorno, we are in Italy. The game mode is push, and we know, if you've seen, we know exactly how this map goes. There's a robot, there's 2 Amazon packages. Both teams got to find a way to deliver that Amazon package to the other with minimal contestant. And as the teams start off on this attack, I'm very, very happy to see from the side of Fuel Esports, we got the Murder Hamster coming out to play. Scummy on the Genji once again. The first combat for this robot is beginning. Woody gets a heavy hit going up against that D.Va. That is a very dangerous encounter. The hack goes a little wide, but the Murder Hamster comes in. A Wrecking Ball strikes through. Really good pushing through. The D.Va's chasing them like a heat-seeking missile. Is it going to be enough? Scummy manages to find first blood, but it does get traded out with Colio taking down Woody. The D.Va gets one of them very, very low. The Murder Hamster gets one, which is really, really good. The Wrecking Ball comes through. As long as the Wrecking Ball can keep pushing them and suppressing, that allows Fuel to start gaining ground on this Amazon package, and this is exactly what you want to see. The Door gets a kill on the Stagno, as they just need to keep pushing this line. However, the D.Va is flying through their backline. That's a dangerous D.Va flank if it works out. But Juju's reading into that and striking. New York is holding this high ground bridge. This is a good opportunity. Woody on the Sombra gets into the back line and just with no mercy takes them down. The mercy for Delphi, that's a new one. I'm usually surprised to see a mercy run out. Usually the Kirikos be good for healing. Stagno on the Vendetta, the sword coming out to play, gets one, taking heads and taking names, chasing down the hamster, pushing them off that point, and that is actually going to give a little bit of ground for New York to get their hands on this bot. It is a 44-meter push for Fuel. Can New York try this? As overclocked on the Diva starts their assault on the line. The door gets casualty on to Stagno, striking that position. Polio gets a kill. Nana takes out Woody. The current kills so far are going on favor of New York right now, because Fuel is just unable to establish a front line and begin to push them back. New York has control of the Amazon package. Now it's contested again. Juju on the wrecking ball kind of gets stuck there. The Diva is chasing them down, but not enough damage to really bring their health to anywhere in a dangerous position. The wrecking ball gets into the back line of New York, and that actually assists Scummy with their ultimate. Manages to find two. They're gonna go for three. They do demech the Diva. That puts the Diva in a bad spot, and that just shreds them. And that is almost a team kill for the side of Fuel. The robot going back to deliver package for Fuel. The meterage starts to go back more into the favor of Fuel, almost reaching that 60-meter mark and increasing. Woody back on the still on the Sombra, goes into the back line, gets the hack, and Scummy with the assist gets the kill, courtesy of all Woody's damage. But Stagno and Overclock find two. That is a 2-for-1 trade in New York's favor. Not what you want to see for the side of Fuel. Genji getting fallen back. The Vendetta shredding. It's Blade versus Blade. The Greatsword versus the Katana. What will come out on top? Genji falls back. A casualty goes down, taking down Woody. But Juju gets one to Crystal with a wrecking ball. The ultimate, but it's, yeah, 4 ultimates in the pocket for New York. 2, almost 3 ultimates for Fuel. Will ultimates be brought out? It looks like we are seeing an ultimate come out from the Vendetta. Will it be enough? Stagno and Overclock find 2. The door finds 1, but Overclock finds another. That's a 3-for-1 trade. Once again in favor of New York. The wrecking ball gets pushed back, and they have to run away or roll away in this case, as they need to give up ground to New York to grab that package yet again. This is the type of combat you always want to see. You want to see coordination, you want to see onslaughts, especially in a game like this, and especially in a scenario on a map like this. This is very close quarters, not much of an opportunity for long-range engagements. You want to keep an eye out for your flanks, you want to keep an eye out for your blind spots. Stagno gets taken out by Delphi. Woody takes out the Diva. That are 2 really good picks. Diva and the Vendetta getting picked off is really, really good. Woody takes out Overclock as well. This gains a lot of ground. The Bridget gets taken out by Juju on the wrecking ball again, and Fuel regains control of that robot. But as the packages move further and further away from the robot still has to run, and we have got to protect the robot as it runs to the package in order for the package to actually start moving. It's going to make fights so much more important, because one mistake can mean everything from defeat and losing so much ground. Woody, a thorn in New York's side in this back line. They keep forgetting to watch for those flanks. Stagno takes out Scummy. Delphi takes out Stagno. The assist, though, it's 2 members of Fuel focusing on 1 member in New York. It's a gamble, but it's working. You get those heavy picks, it will assist you as much as possible. Delphi, insane on the support as per the usual. This is the carbon copy plays you like to see from them. 4 ultimates in favor of Fuel. They're all ready to be used. Only 1 ultimate, almost 2 for the side of New York. The Wrecking Ball and the Diva crashing. Delphi takes out devices from Overclock. Nana takes out Woody. The crossbow bolts firing into the Wrecking Ball. The Bridget going over, eating the hamster to death with a mace, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think a hamster does really good against a mace. I don't know, I've never hit a hamster with a mace before, and I don't want to. Juju is holding on to this back line as much as possible. This is what you want to see. Scummy on the Genji, slashing, takes out one. Juju takes out another. The meteor comes down. It blasts them back. 76 meters and increasing for Fuel. 3 ultimates in the back pocket. The door swapping over to another dangerous hero. 3 ultimates for New York. Will they be used? They want to wait for the prime opportunity to use it. Woody has their EMP ready to go, but New York is not grouped up enough. It is not in a viable position. The hack goes out, brings them down, and once again, Woody just shreds them like a hot knife through butter. Absolutely perfect plays coming in from the side of Fuel, but they're contesting the bot a lot. 107 meters to 50. It's comfortable ground for Fuel, but this can change in a heartbeat if they are not careful, especially when Overclock is playing like this. With those heals, with those boosts, Wrecking Ball flies through like Spider-Man, gets some blasts away, but it's not enough, as now they're going to get, because now New York can just converge on the Wrecking Ball as much as they can. Diva's chasing them. Is it going to be enough? That high ground advantage for New York, they need to make more advantage of that. They have the high ground position, which gives them Overwatch, no pun intended actually, to do some decent long-range fights. But when the Vendetta comes through, it is just, the Genji just comes through, shreds one, but Overclock takes out the door's utilities and the door themselves. The Wrecking Ball gets pinned out and they have to run away. Overclock chases through. They get cornered. Is it going to be enough? No, they do manage to. They're chasing down Delphi. Temporary hit points go out. They're holding their own. It doesn't look like Diva's barely holding on. They do get healed. The amount of firepower and the amount of healing, everyone is bringing their A game to this one fight, because both teams know whoever wins this can potentially solidify a lot of ground coverage. The bot goes back into Fuel's favor, but no ground taken yet. Delphi finds one. Will Woody find the second? The door manages to find the second with a really good assist from Woody. Woody going invisible on the EMP into that back line with the assist from the Murder Hamster. The Sombra Hamster combo. Will it be enough? Juju finds one. The Reaper coming out to play from New York. 27%. If that Death Blossom comes through, if the hack goes through, the Wrecking Ball is in their point. Delphi healing the rest of the line. What Fuel's doing right now strategically is that the hamster goes in, pushes them through, tries to keep them in their back line to at least gain enough inching ground for the rest of Fuel to get that bot. And then, once New York tries to recover on an offensive, is when Woody, Delphi, and Scummy come in and just start shredding on that front line advance. Overclock, however, is the most dangerous person for the side of New York, because that Diva, they push through into their backline. They basically are the Wrecking Ball of New York. And with the overtime, the clock goes down, and they didn't deliver the package, but the time bleeds out, and that is Fuel Esports taking map 2 with an insane push. All they had to do, they just gained a nice, comfortable lead, and then they just had to play for time. Personally, I wasn't even paying attention at the clock. I was too invested in the fights. I did not even see that the time was going down that fast. But the Vendetta play here, this could have been a tide turner, but New York just did not capitalize much on it. But this puts New York in the hot seat. They have one final chance to put a point on the board and keep them in this game to stop Fuel's onslaught. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll have to take a second as the teams get ready for the final round we'll be cutting it to a short break for the potential series point, Fuel Esports versus New York. Gets one of them very, very low. Welcome to the Himalayas! Snow cone? If any of you got that reference, thank you. The final fight potentially for Fuel Esports brings us to Nepal. They have to stop the payload, and as we get into it, it is already intense. Fuel striking as much as they can. Little Spark on that Vendetta. Woody very, very damaged, but not enough. We do not see a first blood yet. It is New York defending. Fuel on the attack. Stagno on the Cassidy tries to strike. It looks like first blood is going to go to Stango, taking out Woody, but Little Spark trades it out for Crystal. Little Spark gets a double. Cole takes out Little Spark. Delphi takes out Stago. The current position for this fight is just to secure a front line. What Fuel has to do is make sure they just inch and push this payload as much as possible. If New York wants a chance to bring a point for their team, they need to lock down Fuel before potentially the first point. If the first point does fall, which looks most likely to be the case, they can lock it out at the second point. Especially as Stago manages to get 2 kills onto the door and Delphi, making Fuel have to double back because that's a quadra kill for Fuel. They need to recalculate what they want to do. Woody, invisible on that back line, gets tagged out, manages to retreat, but New York has to watch that flank. Will manage to do so. They get pulled out again. Scummy on the attack, but Overclock gets the first kill onto Delphi. It's being caught, and this payload is in a really unfortunate spot because there's so much verticality. There's flank positions, blind spots. Both teams can utilize these to their advantage, but who will come out on top? Woody and the door manage to find 2. 3 ultimates in the pocket for Fuel, 2 in the pocket for New York. The kills are so even, it is stagnated in regards to progress, but Fuel did manage to get that first checkpoint, and that gives them a nice 4 minutes of playtime. What New York, I'm curious as to what New York, so I'm gonna talk about New York for a little bit here. New York gets a kill onto Little Spark. They managed, why can't I not English? They need to stop allowing Woody to get into their back line. They need someone dedicated to watch those flanks and watch that blind side. It's exactly right here. This is what you want to see. Stango gets another kill onto Woody on that Cassidy, and that high ground position. This is a really volatile position for New York. If they can hold this, that's high ground sniper Overwatch. The high noon comes out. Will it find its mark? It doesn't, as a Little Spark denies it alongside the door, and this is exactly what you want to see. Little Spark on the Vendetta, that great sword putting in the work, and that is New York. Their heads are rolling, and this is going to give Fuel solid amount of time to advance to that quarter of the way mark, to that second checkpoint. The ground coverage for Fuel is insane right now. New York being pushed on every front. Their backline keeps failing courtesy of Woody. Nana managed to take out Little Spark, but Woody finds 2. Will they manage to find a third? Cole is on getting that, but Delphi just denies it. Scummy gets another. The hack comes out, and that is the second checkpoint falling to Fuel. They are almost there. It is 2 points for Fuel. New York either needs to stop them now, or they need to try and recover this when the sides change. It is going to be an uphill battle. Scummy gets another kill. The door on a 10 kill streak alone. This looks like to be Fuel's game through and through. The exchanges of fire, this final position, is putting New York in a dangerous spot. Overclock is just getting melted with health, but their support does come through, gets that heal a little bit. Will it be enough? The health department for them is not looking good. A lot of their health is only temporary hit points. The door almost barely at 80. Does get healed. Little Spark gets another kill. Will they find another? Stagno manages to take out the door. That's the Lucio out. Little Spark and Woody get 2. That's a 2-for-1 trade yet again. They push New York all the way into the spawn. There's no way they can even gain ground. The ultimates come out to play. It is contested right at the start here. We are so close. 3.97 meters left. They are so close. 2-1, and that is a complete round 1. 3 points going over to Fuel Esports, and now New York needs to replicate this. Can they do it? Is their attack better than their defense, and is Fuel's defense worse than their offense? We're about to find out. But Fuel, they are looking confident. They're looking confident. They're looking great. Let them cook. We'll see what happens. I love just the locked-in looks from Fuel right now. This is absolute cinema. This is what you want to see. The heroes are being chosen. The teams are back and ready. It's this time New York on the attack. Can they blitzkrieg through Fuel's defense, or will it stagnate, and will New York fall here? It's always nice to see. As they get ready, New York prepares for their final push. They get one last chance to put a point on the board, or Fuel is going to walk away with a 3-0 victory. The game is on. 3 minutes of playtime for New York. They are beginning to gain ground. But where is Fuel? Fuel's already here. Little Spark on the Vendetta, wasting no time with that greatsword, striking into their line. Woody in that back line, hacking, gets first blood onto Crystal, but Cole trades it out for Woody. Fuel's wasted no time trying to contest this. Little Spark on that back line. New York isn't even paying attention to the Vendetta on their back line, but Scummy takes one, Overclock takes another. It's another 1-to-1 trade. The trades are going out evenly, making this fight still go either way. But the Dora takes out Stango. Woody is invisible in their back line. Scummy takes out Overclocked. And that is the payload stopped. And the contesting starts now. They do get, Woody does get revealed. Takes out some devices. The Reaper coming out to play from Little Spark. The door on the Baptiste. They're playing some very heavy-hitting heroes, and they want to close this out. They do not want to give New York any ground. They want to close this out, and they want to close this out quick. Woody takes a lot of damage, but manages to retreat. Sneaks into the alley. The hack goes a little too far. Little Spark there on the Reaper, manages to fight them head on. That shield goes through, they break the shield. Reaper glide, that back alley. This is such a dangerous position for New York. It is so congested. Area of effect attacks are gonna be so brutal here. They can just close them out and just demolish them. That's 1. That's 2 in the alley. That's 3. That's 4 from the door. Scummy takes out the 5th, and that is a full team back alley slaughter. Absolutely brutal. This is what you want to see from Fuel. They are completely locked in right now. It is solid. Perfect performance, perfect coordination from Fuel. New York's assault has been falling. They just gained 3 meters of ground at the cost of 500,000 men. World War I be like. 3 members of New York on the payload now. They're starting their advance, but they bled almost 2 minutes of play for very, very minimal ground. They are down to their final 60 seconds. And they haven't even made it halfway to that first point. The door strikes through again. The rest of Fuel waiting. Barrels on every angle, every corner. New York can't even get past their spotted back through to that alley. Scummy takes out Crystal. Woody's in their back line. Gets that hack again. They're not watching their flanks. Another kill going Woody's way. The Reaper from Whittlespark comes out. The shotguns do a lot of damage. The tags come out. The door on the Baptiste gets some more tags. Nana managed to take out Woody. But if you take out Woody, you got the rest of the team to deal with. I don't know what to say. They're down to their final 10 seconds. 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're now into overtime. They have to play flawlessly and get to that first checkpoint. But the EMP goes out from Woody. Little Spark finds 2. The door finds 1. They're going for it. Finds a 3rd. They shred the entirety of New York. And as the fuse goes down, that's Fuel Esports taking New York 3-0 in a dominating series. And you can see the celebrations. You got the fuel station sticker. Big represent. Absolutely flawless play from Fuel Esports as a whole. From map 1 to map 3, a complete domination of a performance. New York had a plethora of opportunities to break through the lines and bring this back to potentially put a point on the board. But Fuel just ran into it. They were smarter, they knew their enemy, and they knew themselves. They need not fear the result of this battle. Taking this series 3-0, a really solid win for them. I'm absolutely impressed by Fuel, as I always am. I am blown away, especially by that defense for that map 3. But I am curious to see potentially to get some insight into what our players thought. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw it to a short break. I'm going to go to the fuel station. I'm going to see if one of our players wants to have an interview, and I'll be back with a Pinch Still interview. Stay tuned.
I close my eyes, it's not a dream. There's so much more that I can get. Let me wonder what we could have been. A smile that I couldn't keep. I close my eyes, it's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream. It's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream. Close my eyes, it's not a dream. it's not a dream. Close my eyes, 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 it's not a dream.
Money got me like money got me like money got me like
So, you thought I was going to only have one? Nope, I got two. I got Juju, and I got Little Spark. So, My first question I'll start with you, Little Spark.
Already?
What was the vibes like from like before the game, pre-game, map 1, then going on to map 2?
Yeah, the vibes, honestly, they were really good. Not having our coach in the room, I feel like was kind of nerve-wracking because he usually tells us like the comps and like how those things run. So we kind of had to figure that out ourselves. But they were really good. Played some ranked beforehand. We were all laughing, joking.
Yeah, you guys played a full comp game before this one. I was witnessing.
Had to leave it, but yeah, we tried.
And now, so my question for you, from game 1 to game 3, like from your perspective, how did they go? Like, how did you feel your performance was?
Say how you
I
feel,
think the
man.
performance was like good. Like
Just
Uh,
good?
I think I don't know. This is my first time playing in the field room, so like together with everyone else in the same room. So I think like I played a bit more focused and better, honestly, than like my home setup.
You need to give yourself more hype, man.
Wait, you said like that was the first time you played in the fuel station.
Yes.
That did not look like your first time at all.
right?
It looks like you were a veteran with these guys, especially with your performance on Wrecking Ball.
Thanks. I had a tough time against their GM tank though a lot of times.
What? Okay. You played Orisa into a GM Zarya, dominated, and then you played ball into them and they didn't touch you once. Give yourself credit, man. This
Oh,
is your first fuel game. You're a sub on the team for being ball. You're doing amazing.
Okay.
You're showing the level you play at. You're beating grandmasters, right?
Mm.
There's no stopping you. This is the beginning.
I will reach.
Words of wisdom from Little Spark right there.
Thanks.
So my question, and this you can answer first, then you can answer second. What will be kind of the plan moving forward to have continuous victories like the one you guys had tonight?
The plan for that is to look at what we did good, look at what we did bad, and go off of that. I mean, there's a few times where we could have backed up and had a team fight full instead of having 4 fight while 1 coming back. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Just kind of review the games and see how it goes.
And for you, what would you say, what would you want to do, to move forward to kind of continue this snowball of victories?
Definitely what Spark said, but I need to work on just like some of us, like on the rest of the team, just like calming more and like try not to go silent, I'd say.
Try not to tunnel vision and go silent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That happens to me a lot. I'll be so invested and I'll go completely mute.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't have any follow-ups or anything. Thank you both so much for joining me. And before we go off, we're going to take just a quick throw to the schedule because we're not done. We are in the waning days of reading week. It is the final day, but we do have a League of Legends stream tomorrow afternoon where you will see me yet again with a League of Legends cast. And then on Tuesday, we got some Rocket League. Wednesday, some Call of Duty, and then Thursday, a lot of Rocket League. So, for our Rocket League fans out there, you guys got a lot of streaming content ready to go. Make sure to always follow us on our socials at Fanshaw Fuel. Follow us on the Discord. Check us out at the fuel station. Aside from that, my name's been Dragon.
I'm Little Spark.
I'm Juju.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.